boy, just one huge tree-lined body of water. Hey guys, Randy here, and welcome aboard the Seabee Traveler channel. And welcome to Tomahawk, Wisconsin. I drove about over 16 hours, probably 17 hours, and over 1,200 miles to get here. I did actually stop and got a couple hours of sleep somewhere in Nebraska, and I'm not sure where. It was dark. The parts that I did see, it was really pretty. There was a lot of farmland. I was expecting it to be kind of just really flat and boring, but it turns out there's a lot of fields, and they had these trees that lined the fields, and I was trying to find like some old barns or silos that just kind of got my attention. So I managed to snap a few of those. Turned out pretty good, I think. You can tell it's early in the morning. It's probably, I don't know, just a little bit after sunrise. And I wanted to go look at the old town. Look at the size of this river. This is the Wisconsin River we're passing over right now. Looks like a lake. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of water around here. But anyways, I wanted to go look at the old part of town, and then after that, I think we'll hit the park. So that's the plan. When I drove by here yesterday afternoon, it looked like a really cool, quaint little main street. A lot of old buildings. So I thought it'd be really nice to come back when there weren't any cars around. It's a little bit more quiet. A Chinese place. Now Tomahawk's not a huge place. The city population is under 4,000 people. I think it's one of those places that they get a lot of tourism. It's known as the gateway to the Northwoods, just because of the location, and it's a huge forest north of here. Let's see, I'll go straight here. I'm trying to remember how I got there. Okay, I'll turn right. Yep, this is it right here. But anyways, yeah, so it's a pretty small town. You can see Main Street's pretty cool. I'll get up here just a little bit farther, park, and then we'll get out, walk around. Yeah, I love getting out early like this, and there's nobody else here. Practically have the whole town to myself. Check this out. All right, well, this looks like a pretty good spot to park, right in front of these beautiful flowers. All right, let's do this. Now, I did try and do some research on some of these old buildings, and there's just not a lot of information. In fact, I don't think any of these buildings are on the National Historical Registry, so it's kind of hard to find information on them. But you can tell just looking at the concrete and the construction, they look like they're all back in the early 1900s, with all those window sills and the brick column caps. Let's check out this mural here. It's like a kid's, like a story. Yeah, there's a little boy reading a book. Castles and elephants, riding the hummingbirds. But see, this construction, that's all one piece. That's not grout filled or anything. So that's a newer type of facade that they put on there. That's interesting. Well, everything is really colorful. Seems like every tree on the street has a planter with these beautiful flowers. Look at that. Purples and pinks, magentas. And they're set up against that green building as a backdrop. That's nice. Welcome. What does that sign say? Oh, the Old Town Mall. I think I saw that there's an antique store inside here. And we have the Northwoods pub. Looks like there's some different time. They got the red brick, the yellow brick, and then the wood veneer down below. I'm looking for any type of information on these buildings. They just don't seem to. Since they're not on the National Registry of Historical Buildings, but I read, I think, based off of the bank that's across the street, there's more flowers, but based on the bank across the street, the Bradley Bank over there, that's not its original location. Its original location was in this building we're standing next to, which was the old Standard Mercantile. And when Bradley started the bank, he worked out of the, what do we have down here? You know, anyways, he worked out of a corner of this mercantile store. And that was, let's see, Federated Store. Oh, here's a mural of William H. Bradley. He's the founder of Tomahawk, 1838 to 1903. A lot of, look at that, above that brick, above the windows. That's a nice little mural. Look at that the old concrete. Yeah, this building was, I think it was built in like 1901. Let's see if there's anything interesting around the corner. Nah, just the back of the building. All right, well, let's go back. I want to look at that bank. William H. Bradley. I like that. I like this whole, it has that industrial look. But the other thing is that in I think it was like 1922, they moved the bank over to where its current location, which on that sign it said he died in 1903. So the family carried on the tradition, and then as the bank grew, they needed its own separate building. So, but this is really nice construction. Look at that. Some of it's really nice. It's probably, look at that way up there. There's a lot of detail in that medallion. And since I work with precast concrete a lot, I can tell some of that has been replaced over the years. But it's still really nice looking. More flowers. Oh, that's a pretty little park area. I've noticed these quite a bit on this on this pole right here, they have like these memorial banners, and they have people that have served in the military. So that's it's really cool that they do that. You can see another one over there on that light pole. So all the light poles seem to have those. Here's another one. I like these small towns. They represent really well when it comes to veterans. Here's another bank. This same kind of story. This was the Bank of Tomahawk, and it started a little bit earlier, but they moved into this location. Look at this. They've had to replace that veneer. I don't know why that interests me so much, but you can just see where they've had to replace a lot of the stuff. And then the detail, that's kind of new. You can tell it's pretty good shape. But that's pretty old, so that's probably some of the original from the bank in 1904. This bank and the Bradley Bank, they started out as like private banking, and then this one went to Bank of Tomahawk, and when they grew, they moved into this building. A lot of detail up there in that brickwork too. Let's see what else we can see. Has that looks like a log veneer, which fits because this was a logging town. It's where it got its start. Well, it's too bad none of these have any plaques or anything to talk about, and the only information I can get were on the banks. There's another memorial banner. Oh, there's Bigfoot. They probably we could see him with all the thick forest up here. I've seen a couple of those. All right, well, I think we'll turn around and head the other way back to the truck. What was that building? Looks like Pasta and Bakery. That's what it says up there. We have the all clear. I think we'll head back to the truck because I do want to go check out that park, and it is called Bradley Park. Check this out. I can walk down the middle of the street if I want to. I'm actually looking to see if there might be a picture down that way. But yeah. Another thing is, I have been asked, why do I walk in the street sometimes? And I do that because if I get too close to the buildings like this, you don't see them very well. So I try and get far enough away that you can see the building I'm talking about, or otherwise I have to walk on the other side of the street and then try and look over cars and stuff. So if you ever wondered, that's why. I got a comment and I think I answered it correctly for him. So all right, what do you say? Let's head over to that park. Well, Bradley Park is it's less than a mile. So it's just a couple minutes away. Little drive through old downtown again. It's just really colorful. The buildings all different colors, and the flowers and the flags. Very nice. Alright, so I'm going to take a left here. And then I think I have one right, and then we'll be over there. But while we're going over there, if you like this kind of content, make sure you click that like button and subscribe if you haven't. And also leave comments. I like to hear from you, and I try to always answer everybody. So, but anyway, if you like this kind of content, just do those things. It helps the channel grow, and it helps me get out and do more stuff like this. Look at that old howitzer there. If I remember right, it's just up here past these railroad tracks. And off to the left, you kind of see a forested hill kind of thing. I think that's where we're going to go. Yeah, we'll do a little left here. Nice yard. Got their fifth wheel out there. There's another travel trailer. Yesterday when I came just to do a little recon, I found the entrance and I didn't go any farther just because I didn't want to ruin how I feel, if that makes any sense, by driving through it and then going through it a second time. It just wouldn't be the same if I drove through it again. I wouldn't have that first time response. But here's the entrance. You can see the sign. They are closed November 1st through May 1st. Just met a nice man, Paul. He lives here, lived here his whole life. And he was telling me that he needed to find a place in Arizona to go for the winter, but he wasn't quite sure, so boy, this is swampy water. So I kind of pointed him in the right direction. That is some swampy water, but look how pretty, nice pretty walk. This isn't why I stopped. I stopped because I wanted to go see the dock. Let's see here. Greater Tomahawk area. Fishing unlimited. Stocked lake. It's $2 a day to launch here. All boat launching fees are used for landing maintenance. Tomahawk VFW post. First place, $5,000. Lake Mohoskin. Saturday, July 12th. It's already passed. Okay, here's what I was kind of wondering. Tick-borne diseases. I was wondering if they had a tick problem here. So that tells me they do. I won't go off into the wilderness. This is a nice quiet view. Some sort of water plant, lily of some sort, maybe. I like that aspen coming up through those trees. That's pretty. You know, I was thinking, I called that tree an aspen, and I don't think they're aspen here. I think they're birch or silver birch. I'm not sure which. But yeah, they look the same to me. That's why I originally thought it was an aspen. Or that's what first came to my mind. Arizona does, they call it a water birch. It's kind of on the higher elevations along the creeks up around Grand Canyon. I think they have some up there. Just look how beautiful this drive is, especially earlier in the morning like this. Wow, I do wish. See, there's some more birch. We'll take a right here. Do not enter. So this is a one-way trail, driving trail. I know there are a couple of hiking trails too that you can take. Somewhere there's. I'm gonna probably stop a couple of times to get some pictures. I'm just not used to seeing green like this. So Wisconsin, Tomahawk, Wisconsin, and I would love to come back here during fall season. This would be beautiful with the oranges and the reds. We don't get colors like that in this, like the northern Arizona with aspen. They usually will turn orange, and sometimes you get some reds. But it's not like here or back east, Maine, where you have all the different vibrant colors. Boy, this is just gorgeous. Here's a spot. I might pull over here just to get a picture, because I see the reflections in the water. See what I can get. Yeah, I got one that I liked. I didn't get the camera out or film anything. Just because I wanted to get up here and just enjoy this beautiful drive. Just look how soft the light is right now. You know, up in one of the most beautiful drives in Arizona to me is it's up by Mount Baldy Wilderness area, but it's not like this. Although I do have to say, I was a little surprised at how murky the water was near the shoreline. When I got out to take that picture, it was pretty much the same as it was when we got out and we crossed that bridge to see, just walked a little bit up that trail. That water was pretty marshy and murky, I should say. It looks like, what is this cabin? It doesn't look too old. Well, we'll drive up, see how far we can go up here. Looks like it. Oh, there's a playground. This is a really nice park back here. Wow. It opens up. And looks like there's some parking straight ahead. So what I'll do, yeah, I'll get up there and park and then walk around for a little bit. Oh, what a nice little camera. They have some bathrooms up there. You'll see a little bit more when I get out. Excuse the bushes. I didn't want them knocking my camera off. There's a nice area over there. I'll just go straight ahead though. Yeah, there's a car parked up here. I'll see if I can't park somewhere close to that. And it does look like the trail, there is a trail to walk down to the left, and you can see straight ahead to the right. Cool. And you can see a little pavilion down there too. Wow. All right, let's check it out. A little bit breezy, but looks like you can do a walk down that way. Got a nice view of the Wisconsin River here. But what I think we'll do is we'll walk down this way first. Well, that's where the trail goes, but I noticed these stairs taking us down to the water. What a nice clean shot. There's other places we can go to, but they're not along the woods. This trail just kind of looks like it just follows the shoreline. Oh, maybe. Ow! Just about tripped on a rock. We can get a better view of the lake. Let's we'll go down for just a second. Well, there's a little bit better view. It's peaceful with those waves coming up against the shoreline. Well, looks like the trail just goes down a little bit farther. You know, maybe here's a spot, a clearing. This might be a good one. A little bit better. Man, what a huge river. It's confusing. There's so much water here that it's hard to tell which is a lake, which is the river. I know this town has the three rivers that all come together here.
All we need is a place to be, and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.
Yeah, I don't know if we're in Wisconsin, end of July, if this weather is typical. That it's not horribly humid right now. I think they're calling a little bit later in the week. A little bit higher temperatures, a little higher humidity. Whew. A little winded from coming up that hill. But somewhere, I know there's a bridge. It's a pretty long bridge to get across. Not sure where that is. Not sure what's down here. I can see something. We're on like a little peninsula. It's coming to a point out here. All right, well, let's come down here. I think it is that. It's a bridge. Don't know if it's the one I was thinking about. Yeah, look what we have here. And the trail just keeps going. Got a good view here, don't we? Let's see what's just across the bridge. I do want to head back because there's a veterans memorial I want to check out. And there's another park called Sarah Park I want to see. I think this is just a little island. A nice bench to sit on. with a good view. Look at this tree. It's kind of fallen over, it's leaning over, but it's still alive. It's a tough pine tree, but it looks like that's going to be the end. So there's a little dock down there. Boy, just one huge tree-lined body of water. All right, I'm gonna head back to the truck now. What a beautiful, beautiful way to start a morning. Like 7 o'clock in the morning. Nice cool breeze in the 60s. Wow, this is nice. Nice buildings. Those are restrooms. Little park for the playground for the kids to play on. There's another trail. Looks like a vehicle trail there. That log cabin's way over there, and I didn't see a place to park. I might run over there real quick. I have to probably walk though. But I do want to go down this other trail for a little ways, because that was a pretty walk the other way. And this looks like a trail more traveled. They have that boulder in there so you can't ride an ATV in here. That is one thing that Tomahawk's known for is, wow, this is a beautiful walk down here. But Tomahawk, during the winter, they do have a lot of snowmobile trails that people come up here to use. And you can also, it's pretty popular to get side-by-sides, and you can ride those on some of the trails too. In fact, I'm up here. If you're new to the channel or you didn't see the last couple videos, I'm in Tomahawk because I'm having a reunion with some of my Navy buddies. So we're up here for a week, and we're gonna go rent some side-by-sides. Just look how beautiful that is. Is that fern or bracken? I hear them. They look the same to me because I just don't know them that well. But my guess is ferns. But even those in the right time of the year would be pretty, especially along this trail. Wow, look at that. So green. Kind of hear some dogs in the background. It's a big river, but it's not very good views of it from up here. There was a good view from the bridge though. All right, what do you say? I'm gonna head back to the truck and then finish out this beautiful drive through this park. All right, what do you say? Let's go take a look at Sarah Park. I don't even have no clue what's over there. There is, I think there's a camp or a like RV camping area right next to a lake, and that's all I really know about it. So let's just enjoy this little trip through the forest on our way there.
Got a cooler in the back and the windows down. Old guitar, ride a shotgun as we leave this town. Cool breeze whipping through my flannel sleeve. road's calling, and I ain't gonna leave. No destination, just a full tank ride. That sun hanging low and the world open wide. We're rolling high on the mountain line, radio up and we're feeling fine. Wheels turn slow on a winding climb, freedom in the air and we're taking our time. The sky's so blue and the pines so tall, yeah, we're singing like we got it all, on a clear, cool day in the sweet July. Yeah, we're rolling high. Boots on the dash and a smile on my face. Every mile feels like a brand new place. That creek runs wild like a country song. We're chasing daylight all day long. No rush, no clocks, just a ridge and a view. With the beat in my chest and the road running true. We're rolling high on a mountain line, radio up and we're feeling fine. Wheels turn slow on a winding climb, freedom in the air and we're taking our time. Sky so blue and the pines so tall, yeah, we're singing like we got it all, on a clear, cool day in the sweet July. Yeah, we're rolling high. Maybe life's just a two-lane dream, with a little dust and a full tank lean. We ain't looking back, we just ride that breeze, let the road write the memories. We're rolling high on a mountain line, radio up and we're feeling fine. Sunset gold as the stars align, hearts wide open and the stars in time. Sky so blue and the pines so tall, yeah, we're singing like we got it all, on a clear, cool day in the sweet July. Yeah, we're rolling high. Oh, rolling high. Oh, rolling high.
All right, we are back on the pavement. Sarah Park is only less than a mile away. Again, it's not too far. Looking at my phone, so we're gonna go left, and then right. Wow, it is pretty and manicured here. Another thing I noticed, a lot of the houses don't have fences. And in the Phoenix area, it seems like every house you've got a block wall in your backyard. They must do a heck of a lot of mowing. The rain they get up here. You know, I've been real lucky with the weather. Like I said before, but I don't know if this is typical. 60 degrees in the morning. No humidity. Let's see, the park is over here on the right, so it looks like it's more like a city park. You have some baseball fields, soccer. I believe the campground is towards the back, so that's where I'm going to head. Sarah Park. A lot of parking. I would bet those small towns like this, they have probably like softball teams, city softball league. Probably a pretty big turnout because I don't know what else there is to do. Maybe go out during hunting. Oh, look at that. There's a big lake over there. That's where we're headed. Yeah, and probably lots of soccer and flag football for the kids. So it's some sort of like boat launch there. I see some RVs. Oh, there's volleyball fields. Or volleyball. It's sand. So is it a court? Volleyball court? There's not too many people here. So I see a storyboard though. So let me, I'm gonna get parked and then we'll go check out that storyboard. All right, I just, let's see. Sarah Park Campground Rules and Regulations. No littering, quiet time 10 to 6. So reservations and comments. I just talked to someone who stayed the night here, and she did mention that they don't have potable water here. And it looks like it's $25 for the night. 10-person maximum, 14-day max stay. There's no sewer hookups, and there's no potable water. So if you want to dump your sewage, you have to go into town. But you have a view. Look at this view. Wow. Nice volleyball area. There were some people swimming in it yesterday, she said. But they have quite a few spots, it looks like. And also, she said that there was no trash, no dumpsters. So you have to dump that in town as well. But if you're here just for the night, make sure you get your water before you come in. Not a bad place to stay, it looks like. All right, this gives you a good idea of how much water is around Tomahawk. A lot of water sports, probably. So Wisconsin River, that's a trail with an old railroad bridge. But you can look at that forest forever, and I think that's looking north. There's another that is a trail. I saw people riding their bikes on there, and also snowmobiles in the winter go across that. It's an old railroad track as well. And then that's the bridge we take to get back into town. Looking back towards the old town, downtown where we were at, and then also over there is Bradley Park. That's where we were just a little bit ago. So they're pretty close. A lot of stuff is pretty close together here. And you can kind of see that RV camping just at the bottom of the screen there. Beautiful, beautiful area. Okay, let's go take a quick look at the Veterans Memorial Park. I saw that. We drove by it on the way here, but I wanted to come by the park and downtown before it got too crowded. But yeah, I was so happy to be able to sleep in a bed last night. Here's the park. But after 3 days of driving with beautiful Canyon de Chelly, checking out Mesa Verde National Park, and then that beautiful drive through Colorado up to Silverton, that was amazing. So I was super tired and I needed that rest last night. This is just a small little memorial. Let's check it out. All right, let's see here. Well, it looks like an old tank. Dedicated to the men and women who have unselfishly served America. Wow, Civil War veteran William Henry Outhouse, private. They have all sorts, and then you have up to 2006. Oh, what a cool tribute. He's gonna hand over a folded flag. Dedicated to all veterans of Lincoln County. Civil War, Cold War, Grenada, Persian Gulf, Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation New Dawn. This memorial is dedicated to all veterans of Lincoln County, both men and women who served in the armed forces. Well, Spanish-American War, Lebanon peacekeeping, Panama. They had people from Lincoln County in every war. We take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. Abraham Lincoln. These statues are presented in honor of all of our veterans. Let's see this plaque. M4A3 Sherman medium tank, May 1956. Ford Motor Company, 500 horsepower, 75 millimeter camera, 33.5 tons. Wow. almost 56,000 of these were made. I meant being up here in the winter, I wonder if they keep it pretty clean painted because of rust. Sitting in the snow all winter. But, all right, well, let's head back to the truck. Well, I grabbed a little something to snack on, some juice, feeling more refreshed now. Talked to some of the guys that are on their way into town. But the next place I want to go see is the museum. It looked really good on the reviews, and it's only open certain days, so I wanted to be able to come down here and look at that while it's open. All right, here it is. This white building over here, white picket fence. Huh, I see something over on the left too. See an old train, another building with some stuff that looks like it's in it. Cool. You can see over here that other building, and then there's a little side building next to that, and the train, the engine is in behind that other building. Well, I thought that was a storyboard. I was going to go read it, but blessed are those who inspire children. All right, let's go take a look. Historical Museum. I was just going to show you that there's a visitor center over there, and I stopped by there, but they weren't open. There was nobody there. All right, oh, like an old, oh, this is an old operator's station. Boy, in these small towns like this, those operators, I think they're the, if you wanted to find something out, they're probably the ones to go to. They heard everything. Tomahawk first grade. Oh, this was a school. Okay. The doors opened in 1888. City's first schoolhouse is 100 years old. Wow, look at that. There's a Facebook and their website, little QR code. Wow, look at that uniform.
Sorry, this is the first
I didn't get one of those. There's like a 2-star admiral or something. So they have a whole military section in here. Look at all these old uniforms.
Yeah, that would Good. Good.
No foot locker, a cot, the old shovels. Riding pants used by the U.S. cavalry during the Spanish-American War. 1898. Look at those pants. They're in good shape. Wow, look at that.
And I see VFW today is doing Bratwurst antibody things.
Huh. Been, I can't, trying to read it. August 1917. Enlisted, he was 17 years old. Wonder if he made it to Europe for World War I. There's some more uniforms, Navy, Army. There's a World War I uniform. Packs for the ammo cartridges. France, Luxembourg. So that was used in World War I. Look at that. Tomahawk and vicinity. On a roll. Look at how young they looked. Man. Please do not touch a dental chair. World War I dental chair. What's this? Tomahawk Lakes Training Center? Like 1917, 1918. World War I. Ruth and George Conley Jr. Oh, that's a sewing pouch. I have one of those. My great grandpa, I actually have 2 of them and they're in really good shape. I thought they were wallets. So they're sewing kits. There was nothing in it. That looks like an army training there, same building as the the Navy. Well, 7 members of the Herring family all served during World War II. All returned safely. Wow. Boy, this is a nice museum paying tribute for the veterans. These small towns they're real patriotic like that. A lot of World War II stuff here. Got a Coast Guard cap. Well, you got that shield on the sleeve. That's neat. Got a lot of dress uniforms. What's this? Oh, that's a Great Lakes Naval Training Center, Great Lakes. They still, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the only one the Navy has now that's still open. When I was in, they had San Diego, Great Lakes, and Orlando. And Orlando was the only one that had females. So it's been so long, I don't know, but I've heard, look at that foot locker. It's all encased, keeping it clean. But I've heard there's only one open now, and that's Great Lakes. And that's a cool flight jacket. U.S. Army Air Corps. Oh, look at that camera. pretty cool case, leather case that it's in too. All right, let's see what's in this room over here. We got ourselves a classroom. Look at this. It's fitting. I heard somebody say, I heard him talking in the background, and she actually went to kindergarten here, and she was just back to visit, see what it looked like nowadays. So we got schools from around the area, it looks like. Highland Flats, Helford, Grundy, Forest City. What it took to get an 8th grade education in 1895. Give 9 rules for the use of capital letters. Look at orthography. What are elementary sounds? Wow, they learned a lot. What a cool little classroom with all these old desks. Got a chalkboard here. The writing tablet, I guess, is what that would be. Boy, these floors are kind of creaky. Radiator for heat. May 29th, 1913, 8th grade graduation exercises. Look at the ink wells. Tomahawk High School class of 1913. Wow. Look how fancy they dress for their pictures. Wow. Very cool. What's this? First school in Tomahawk, grades 1 through 8. Later, the kindergarten. Oh, first graduating class from the new Washington school. Harrison, Hiawatha. Wow, a lot of pictures of old schools. This is well done, and this is it's run by volunteers. Uh-oh, here's dunce cap. Probably couldn't even use those these days. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, I see. This is a display for somebody who won the Medal of Honor. See there? So it was the guy that's at the bar, and the younger guy. So you got the Medal of Honor, July 5th, 1951. So that'd be Korea. Yeah, he's got the Korea patch on there. Wow, look at that. Oh, there he is getting his award from the president. Would that be Truman, I guess? Yeah, there he is right there. Ah, how cool is that? Huh. Got some local artists. It looks. Oh, here we go. This is the guy who founded Tomahawk. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a timeline here. Oh, so there's the mercantile store that we saw.
Hi, it's Pat calling from the
They talk about the legacy.
Is this Karen? Hi, Karen.
Yeah, so that was the mercantile store that he was at before they moved it to the new building.
Is that still a thing with you?
A ski. Look at
Oh.
all the bridges covered with snow. Yeah, snowmobiles will use that. They probably have cross-country skiing here too,
You never have a dull moment.
I would imagine. A lot of old typewriters.
Well, good luck, and if anything changes, let me know and we'll get it figured out. Yes. you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
What's that? Well, you know what? What is this?
Good, how are you?
I can't see anything down there. Adrian X-ray. That's an X-ray? What did it do? I don't know. If you know what that did, let me know. That's interesting. Look at that old church. St. Barnabas.
Hi, this is Pat from the Historical Society. Is this Peggy?
And blueprints to water tower.
Hi, Peggy. Just calling about
Probably.
the schedule we have you on for tomorrow.
Oh, there it is right there. Tomahawk's first water tower. Out with the old.
I know. If it's too hot, we're just going to close.
You know, record collection.
Right. Right. If you don't hear from us.
Was that some sort of speaker?
Right now I've got the door open and it's.
I don't know what that is. It's Melvis Records. It's in good shape. But this is what I saw. These are. It's like a hut, but it's built out of tree bark. In the winter of 1905. And that describes a guy that he had some history here. Look at that. He dried out fish, but just look at that big slabs of probably birch, since there's a lot of birch. But just to get those big old panels off of bark off of them. A stuffed owl.
Right.
Look at that drum.
Nothing yet, and nothing yet today. We've heard different times for storms. So I haven't planned.
Indian Pete's drum. That's what it says.
I know.
First people of the Northwoods. Look at that. Little ceremony going on. Cool black and white pictures.
Well, you take care and thanks, Peggy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Look at this
Bye-bye.
rocker. A field cradle. Wow. Look at the small little wheels on the back of that thing. Frenchtown from fur trade roots. From lumber legacy. Trappers in the fur trade. That was probably really big up in this area. We got a picture of a fur trader. You would need, look at that trap. You would need those snowshoes too, for sure. What do we have in here? A kitchen. I see a stove, some cabinets, a fridge. Looks like the old town, some farming. Herrick. Some sort of ice box, I think. A milk filter box. Trapper's Dairy. Look at that. Some cookbooks. A book for a cook. Look at that copper kettle. That reminds me of that hot iron. That reminds me of that copper museum in Clarkdale, Arizona. Boy, that was a world-class museum. If you're ever in that area, make sure you check that out. I did a video on that. What kind of rolling pin is that? It's got all those ribs in it like that. A high chair. A Hoosier cabinet. Early kitchens were frequently not equipped with built-in cabinetry. Yeah, that makes sense. So they would just get some that were made and bring them in. Guess some fancy clothing back in the day. Well, they are dressed to the T's, aren't they? Little walking stick. It's a pretty dress for the doll. All right, moving along. Saudi Pond, skate at your own risk. Tomahawk Cubs. Yeah, getting out here on these lakes. I know Tomahawk Tigers, $18.99. Look at that old glove. But these lakes freeze over and they take those. Oh, look at that old baseball. Boy, they could probably get a big old curveball on that thing. But they take these snowmobiles out on the lakes in the winter. Tomahawk's beer was originally a beer, not bear. Oh, I'm getting tired. There's ski show. All right, well, they have a ski team here, and I think it's Tuesday and Friday. I think that's what she said. They have, but look at those cross-country skis there, and ice skates. But there's some winter pictures. What a big difference. But they have these ski shows still, and it's like it's been going for a long time. Look at that, people. Bradley Park, Tomahawk's treasure. Toboggan. But I want to go. I do. Hopefully, when I'm here, I'll be able to see that ski show, because they have a pretty good team. From what I heard, that they took second in their state. I think it was a state. It's an ice cream parlor. Look at these old hats for the ladies. Oh, they'll let you try them out. If you got a mirror, you can try them out. Hats off to Sunday's best. But I am hoping that I can get to see that ski show. That'll be fun. All depends on how our schedule.
Finding some good stuff.
Oh yeah. It's very interesting. All right. Well, across the street is a second part, but that is cool. That was an elementary school back in the day. Taking really good care of it. Not much to see around there on the outside. I was just seeing if they had some exhibits outside. But yeah, this building here, she said, is about logging, the logging history of Tomahawk. And then next door is a pretty cool little boat inside that with the big windows. So this is all under the same, and this is all free. There's no admission. No price of admission. Oh wow, look at this. Look at that sledgehammer made out of pine log. What's in here? Oh, looks like maps. Apply for your abstract to Lincoln County. ice saw. A one-man saw. Big old teeth on that ice saw. There's your cooling. I can feel that humidity is starting to pick up a little bit. Oh, look at this, a sled crafted by Butch Wren. There's a locomotive. That locomotive is, if it's the same one, is right out back. We'll go check that out too. Big old logs on sled pulled by some oxen, or what's in here? Oh, some strings. And in here, I'm not sure. There's a lot in here. She did say to check out this pretty cool train model here. One of the locals did it, and he donated it. Ed Sabish. He was from Appleton. I thought he was from here. He's from Appleton. Oh, it's like a steam engine, but it's on tracked, hauling tons. Look at all that wood it was carrying. Two later depots, so it had original and then later it had two different ones. Wow, it's not bad on the inside. I was always wondered, a buffalo hide coat worn by men who at night watered the trails so that the great sleds, so they had guys out there watering the trail so those sleds couldn't go over it. Wow, that would be, no wonder they had to have those big old thick jackets. Looks like some family picture here. Lot of logging history. Some different size axes. Are those like single tree pikes, skidding tongs? And I like that they have this the logging part of this museum in a building, and it's got that the log walls. It's a nice touch. All sorts of different horseshoes. Little feeder. Corn planter and fertilizer all in one. Boy, that's a lot of work. Back in the day, so much work just to plant stuff. Nowadays, what is that? What is that thing right there? That angle thing with the notches. I don't know what that is. Some sort of electronic gadget. Oh, it's like oh, that's a flash. A surveillance camera. This box consists of camera with a flash attached and circuitry to a floor mat. So if somebody stepped on the floor mat, it would take a picture and do the flash. Wow, look at how involved that is. No way. Somebody had a lot of time on their hands to figure that out. So that's what it looked like in the box. Cool. I love that. Probably a foot warmer or something. Oh yeah. In a sleigh or something, have some coals in there. Warm your feet. Cool leather suitcase. Oh, yeah, fires everywhere. Everywhere I go, you hear about the fires, how much damage they did back in the day. It's interesting because I didn't know what to expect in museums up here. You know, Colorado, wow, look at how intricate that is. That is some good carving there. Lunch boxes, leather pouches. But it's just neat to see, especially because I don't come up to Wisconsin ever, what the museums might cover. But I can't get over that, how intricate that is. Wow. Some old toys. Look like they were homemade almost. Oh, they were made here. Look at that. Patented February 1920, designed and built in Tomahawk. Toys were built in 2 sizes. Wow, look at that. It's a cool sled hanging from the wall, a little small one. An assortment of buttons. So this is kind of toy area here. Look at that old steam shovel up top. Skates, metal wheels. They just strapped onto your shoes. I remember those. I mean, I don't know how old they were when I got them, but I do remember having some of those. Just clipped in. Oh, they were horrible. And I was in Quartzsite. There wasn't no sidewalks in Quartzsite. What is that thing hanging up there? A grain cradle, they call it. Milking machine, another strainer. Also out for dairy products, getting your cows milked and the milk strained. Pretty neat pictures, guys working in the field, getting all of that in by hand. Look at that truck, it is loaded down. All sorts of equipment throughout the years. That's interesting. Life sure was harder back then compared to what we have now. I don't know how we wouldn't survive probably very long if we had to do that again. All right, let's I think that's going to do it. Let's go check out that engine. Or no, you know, let's go check out the boat first and then we'll go look at that train engine. I have no idea what this is. They just said it was pretty neat to look at. It does look neat from here. What does this say? Permanent home for On Target. So in 1998, it was in storage, and they talk about how they got a grant to pay for it. Tomahawk's high school building trades. So they got some money to get it back up to what it looked like. So this was made by, it was a local company, and it had some different designs to it. So it says it's fighter plane-like fuselage. It was part of Winter's extensive involvement in boat racing. So they're saying it had rudders in the front. Wow, look at what it looked like when they got it. So they've done quite a bit of work to get it back up. Look at that. I thought they said it was a two-seater, but that looks like a single. And that all closes up. And it was only, they tried getting a lot of attention on it, and it just never took off, never made it to production. Well, let's walk back here. We'll take a quick look at this engine. Somebody over there playing basketball. Go get a game of one-on-one going. Shoot, basketball. If I tried to play it today, it'd probably give me a heart attack. I always enjoy looking at old, like steam engine trains like this. A big old boiler in there. Oh, it even has the car. Is that a coal car? Probably. Yeah, that was the one we saw in that picture, number 19. Here's a good view inside. Look at all those knobs and buttons, levers. All right, let's get back to the truck. We still have a couple places still to go. I'm trying to get everything done before all the guys get here because I want to be able to spend time with them. So we're gonna get quite a bit done today. And trust me, my legs are feeling it. I'm gonna kind of start making my way over to the place that we rented. So I figure on the way there, I want to stop by. I asked where they have that ski show. So I have a pretty good idea, what it looks like and where to go. Because that seems like something pretty cool to go do with the fellas. But I want to stop by there. And then also I was told out by where we're staying, there's a really cool ice cream shop. And it's kind of one of those places that people go back to, like year after year. They may go back there for 20 years ago and they just want to stop by and get another ice cream there. It's one of those kind of places. So we'll do a quick stop there. And then last but not least, really close to where we're staying is, it's an old lodge that was built for somebody we've all heard about. So I do want to check that out for sure. I think now it's like what they call a supper club. So I don't know if I'll be able to go in. I've heard that, it's one of those places you pay like $60 to get in for your dinner. So that'll be fun too. We're probably about 10, 12 miles from where we're going to be, from the ice cream shop and that lodge. And a quick little stop on the way to see how, where they're going to hold that ski show so that I can kind of see if I can talk these guys into going. All right, we are heading back over the Wisconsin River. So it's by, I was told to look, there's like a bar and grill restaurant with a deck just after the bridge. So this is it, and take a right here. That could be a pretty fun place. Do some drinking, eating on River's Edge. Oh, I see a ramp, so they could do some jumping. There's 2 ramps. There's a whole bunch of those geese out on that other ramp. But look at this. I don't know if there's a ton of parking. People probably park along here. I think because it's twice a week in the summer, we'll just park here and then take just a quick little look. All right, I just wanted to do a little recon to find out where the ski show is going to be and see what we had to deal with. You got a ramp there. Look like the seagulls are taking advantage of a nice place to rest. And I think they have a concession stand, but that's for Tuesday night, 7:30. Park City, oh, these are sponsors. Oh, there's some standing tables back there. It's gonna be pretty fun. Maybe grab a bite to eat down at Outboards and then kind of walk down here. All right, well, that was a nice little stop. All right, let's go find that ice cream shop. Said you can't miss it once it's on the same road I need to take to get to our rental, and they said you can't miss it. So anyways, we'll see. I have been known to miss some stuff. All right, we'll see you at the ice cream shop. Just enjoy the ride for a second.
Star goes down, fading in the desert dust. Every cracked in creek told a tale of rust. We keep rolling through the world so wide. The Seabee Traveler spirit is our lifelong guide. Rolling with the traveler, free as the breeze, chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees. From starlit skies to campfires aglow, life's an open highway where we're bound to go. Yeah, yeah. We'll stay in a place where the camping is free. Wake to the dawn, hear the freedom ring. With every star that lights our way, the road keeps calling, it's where we'll stay.
Yep, couldn't miss it. Look at that, it's a windmill. Looks like a windmill. Ice cream shop. Well, sounds like they're doing some work out back. Kind of sounds like a pump truck. There's the store hours, noon to 9, Monday through Friday. I have a feeling I'll be back. We're pretty close to here, so I'll be back probably to get some ice cream. But how cool is that? That thing stands out. Yeah, you can see that pump truck back. That kind of smell the sewer a little bit, so they might be pumping out a septic tank, something like that. But that is cool. And look at this view. It's kind of a pretty scene right there, isn't it? The orange and the yellows and the reds. Cool little place. But I'm anxious to get to our next stop. And it's just literally like a mile away from here too. Well, I'm kind of excited to see this. I don't know what to expect, but it's a lodge that Al Capone, he didn't build it himself, but a friend built it for him back in the 20s, and him and his gang would come up here as a getaway from Chicago. So he had a lodge built, and there's some cottages. Wow, what a pretty drive too. I know he has other ties as well to Wisconsin, like 90 miles north. He had a more heavily fortified hideout. But I think, and it was in the 1970s is when they changed the name to Bootleggers, kind of a tribute to Al Capone and his gang. And it is a supper club now. It's a bar and supper club. So I'm just gonna walk around the outside, and wow, look at this. What a lakeside view too. All right, this is gonna be cool. Can't wait to get out and walk around a little bit. Wow, beautiful. Look at these cottages too all around. History. Well, they got a nice deck that you can go out, eat on, probably drink out there. Nice shoreline area too, with all these recliners, shaded. Look how wore out this wall is right here. It's getting decayed. Maybe from all the snow sitting on it. Just getting weather, just chipping away at it. Let's go take a look down at this end first. Boy, he picked a good spot if this was kind of a hideout for him, or a getaway place, because there's really only one way in here. I wonder what if it had the same design on the outside as log cabin look. It's in really good shape. Of course, it is looks like it's kind of a high-end restaurant, supper club. Oh, there's somebody down there working. Let's go check out a view from up here.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Fine, you?
I'm doing great. Well, look at that view. They even have a sandy beach. This is kind of like a resort. Wow, look at that. Oh, some sort of hornet getting his dinner. This is beautiful. I didn't realize they had sandy beach like that too. See, the water is really dark. Everywhere you go, it's well, let's go down this way. Kind of want to see the other side of the building. The Tap Hideout. But yeah, look at the water. It's kind of dark, and one of that's caused from maybe just from the soils, and it's not green like the Colorado, or red when it's coming out of the Grand Canyon. It's still really pretty. Well, let's walk around on the beach side. It is a super nice. It's a high-end place. I wonder if you can rent these cabins, these cottages. I mean, they have these out here for a reason. And you could tell each day they go out and screed it. Wow, what a pretty place. I like I mean, it's pretty, but I like the history more than anything. I wonder what kind of flowers those are. But I like the history. See, here's what I was talking about, the wall, how it's crumbling. Weather must get to it. I don't know, these kind of look like, I don't know. If you know if you can rent these, I'd be interested to find out. Cool place. Really cool history. Kind of wonder who has been in there, who's walked through there. And the parties they probably had. Look at that. Nice and groomed, beautiful flowers. Really cool. All right, well, I am starting to get... I thought somebody was saying something to me. Wow, what a great time. Tomahawk has not disappointed. Got to see museums, got to see a pretty park, beautiful walk in the woods to start the day off. And of course the old downtown was pretty cool too. Had lots of stuff. But yeah, I got a text. A couple of the guys are in town, and we're gonna go meet up, grab something to eat while we're waiting for our check-in time. But the next video, I'll probably show some of the highlights of the stuff that we've done while during the week. But as far as my next video, I'm gonna pick up back in Colorado. There were some places I didn't get to that I wanted to go to, so I'm just gonna go back through there. And yeah, I want to go to Pikes Peak, go to the top of that, and then Royal Gorge. That's gonna be really cool. And maybe we'll also go through Telluride, go back a little bit different route. So it's gonna be fun. But on that note, I'm gonna sign off, and just remember, never say goodbye, always see you later.